All right, it's 7:15 on the dot. Good Tuesday evening, everyone. I'm Fox 19 Now First Alert Meteorologist Brad Maushart with the 7:15 weather show, and we'll give people a few minutes here to hop on. Maybe not a few minutes, but we'll give them a couple seconds here on this First Alert Weather Day. Yes, today is a First Alert Weather Day. It's been a mess out there, as you've probably seen. Just a little bit of rainfall is all it takes sometimes to get a real, big traffic headache here in the tri-state. We've had a lot of wrecks outside. We've had a lot of, just accidents, traffic in general. Luckily, we've caught a nice little patch here the last hour or two to dry out, but more storms are pushing in. They are not likely to be strong or severe, but with how much rain, 2 to 3 inches in a few spots, how much rain we've seen, we could see some minor flooding still this evening, at least in a few spots. That line of rain just now starting to push into our southeast Indiana communities. And without further ado, here we go. There's the radar right now. Maybe I'll take that full screen so everybody can see it. How about that? Some of those showers pushing into the northwest. A few lightning strikes with this as well. So if you're peeking out the door in Batesville, or especially in the Greensburg area, but Batesville, if you're looking off to the west, maybe you see a few of those lightning strikes out there the last half hour or so. Greensburg seeing some good rain, heavy rain pushing down the 74 corridor as I speak. And it's all starting to push on in. This is a broken line of storms. Again, nothing likely to be strong or severe with this, but something we'll keep an eye on just because of how much rainfall we've seen, especially in that part of southeast Indiana. Once you hit like the 74 corridor and heading north, some of those areas saw an estimated 3 inches of rainfall the last 24 hours or so. Let me hop back up. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Give me a second. Bear with me as I find this. Let's see if I was rainfall totals. Here we go. Last 24 hours. Maybe I'll make it a little easier to see too. Highlight the area. Anywhere in the purple shaded, regions there, up towards northern Franklin County, Fayette, Union counties, Highland County over in Ohio. Those areas, that's a radar estimated 3+ inches of rain. So that's why we're, concerned with any kind of additional rainfall could cause some issues out there as we work way through the rest of this evening. Anyway, downtown and areas just southwest of downtown, southern Ripley County, southern Dearborn County, portions of Switzerland, Ohio, Boone, Kenton counties, not a whole lot of rainfall at all. Hope you were hoping for a bunch there in the green splotch. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. It was not a lot down that away. We kind of got the 7-10 split close to downtown again when it comes to rainfall totals. Hefty rainfall total in eastern Highland County there, 3.24 inches at the Paint Creek Dam. Miami University up in Oxford, 3.14. Officially at the airport, we only picked up, I say only, it was one of our biggest rainfall days in about a month. Right? It's been really dry, but one of our bigger rainfall days in a month, and we still didn't get anywhere close to the record. So here is our weather number of the day. That weather number 1.46, that is the all-time record for the Cincinnati area here on October the 7th. That was set back in 1927. It's an old record, almost 100 years old. And it's going to be safe unless we just get poured on by this line of storms that pushes in before midnight. We're not going to break this record because right now we only have, at last check, 0.83 inches. So we would need more than half an inch, more than 6/10 really, to get back and beat that record or tie it. Lunkin, on the other hand, a little bit closer, but that doesn't count because we only go off the international airport. But Lunkin has picked up 1.27 inches of rainfall today. Biggest one-day total here in Cincinnati, again, we're nowhere close to that, was back in July the 20th, almost 3 inches of rain. You can see those skies a little ominous. We had a pretty nice sunset a little while ago. I say a little while, yes, those sunsets getting early enough that they are over by the time we start this stream. 7:11 was the sunset time. Tonight the sun will rise at 7:41 tomorrow morning. In between, while I do think things will be calming down for the most part through the overnight in the rain department, we could see some standing water in a few spots, and with those wet leaves too, things are kind of slick out there. So just be safe as you head out the door late tonight, early tomorrow. Other than that, we're going to be clearing back out and on our way to a great River Roots Festival. And you can see there, looking at all the boats starting to line up the other side there near the public landing and over towards the Serpentine Wall. They're all getting lined up. I saw the Belle of Louisville over near the Riverside Drive in Covington earlier posted up. And, yeah, it's going to be a good festival. Weather-wise, really not much better. You can't ask for better weather once we get past today. 69 degrees outside. It is, like I said, a first alert weather day. Thanks for joining us here on the stream. We do have some rain left. It's not a ton. So late tonight, the first alert weather day will wrap up. But like I said, we still have some standing water, some issues out there, so just be aware of that. 69 now. We take a little wide view. Here's what we're dealing with again, upper 60s, low 70s. That's where we've been the last couple of days at this time. But look up to the northwest. You can see Indy. It doesn't seem like much, but look at Indy compared to Bloomington. It's a 6-degree difference. Not much distance between those two. That's where the cold front is kind of sitting right now, and you can see it there earlier. You can also see, because the winds are starting to shift in Bloomington, that temperature will be upgraded here soon, or updated rather. We have a southerly breeze. We are on the other side of the front, but that front has passed by Indy and Bloomington. It's going to get a little breezy tonight. We could see some gusts over 20 to 25 miles an hour. I think a lot of that is gone by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, but briefly could have some gusty winds tonight, so be aware of that. If you have those Halloween inflatables up, you might want to deflate those soon. Or the witch might go flying a little early. I make that same joke around Christmas time, so just keep that one in your back pocket. Santa will go flying. It'll come on. Don't worry. We'll have that joke coming around, too, in just a few months. Now, cold front, that's it. This is the rest of the rainfall pretty much for the entirety of the next 10 days. So hopefully you get what you need. High pressure is going to build in here to our northwest, and you can see what that does. Winds around the low are in a counterclockwise. High, it's clockwise, so it's going to funnel in that cooler Canadian air. Drier air, which is going to make things really pleasant for the River Roots Festival, but you're probably going to want the jacket. If you're going on any of those brunch cruises, the early morning cruises, it's going to be a little chilly out there. We're talking temperatures in some spots on the verge of the low 40s out there Thursday and Friday morning. So a little crisp, but fall-like. This time of the year, it's pretty typical. Let's see. What are you saying, Jeff? Jeff, I'm here checking to see if your weather is not on the way. Jeff wants snow. It's not happening. And in terms of Greenfield, which is on the map now, I promise it exists. Hold on. Let's zoom in on Greenfield. Yes, there's a chance over there in Highland County to see a little bit more rain. And honestly, one of the heavier hit areas was Highland County earlier today. So Paint Creek Dam was the one I had with the highest amount. Over 3 inches. So here comes that last line of rain. In terms of timing, that will get close to Hamilton County, push through the heart of Butler County by about 9 o'clock, so about an hour, hour and a half from now. It'll be pushing after the 9 o'clock hour, between 9 and 10 o'clock through downtown, but as we lose that daylight, which is being lost right now, that line will fall apart as we work way through the overnight. Then we quickly clear out and cool down tomorrow morning. So those rain chances after about 3 o'clock, they're gone. And we're on our way to a really nice, maybe a little breezy at times Wednesday, especially early on. Morning commute. Again, this is, hello to you, Abel. Big thing for tomorrow morning, if you're going to be walking around, commuting, be careful because since that sunrise is later, 7:41, a lot of you'll be on the road early before that sun comes up. Just watch out. Be very careful if you're driving through the low-lying areas that have flooded before. We could, depending on what happens with these showers, see some standing water out there. And I don't want anybody to hydroplane. The other issue is if you're going to be even just walking around, watch out because we've lost a lot of leaves already with these winds that'll pick up. Probably going to see more on the ground through the overnight. Wet leaves, they're pretty slick. You've probably seen that before, right? They could be as slick as ice in some cases. So if it's coming up to a stop sign, you hit the brakes late, you could slide a little bit on some of these wet leaves, so be careful for that. Yellow light, just because of that, just because I want to. Tomorrow morning, that's a green light for the evening. The rest of the day, just pack the sunglasses. You might have some clouds early in the morning, but by the afternoon, everybody's sunny outside. We're on our way to an amazing River Roots Festival. I don't know what to expect from this other than there's going to be a lot of boats. I know there's a lot of music, some other stuff going on. They've advertised bourbon and everything else going on. So if you're headed to this, you're coming into town for this, maybe you're already in town for this and you just somehow managed to stumble upon this, I apologize. But you could not have asked for a better 5 days. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yes, a little bit chilly. Those overnight lows Thursday and Friday morning are going to be crisp. Even Saturday morning, we're bottoming out at 48. But the afternoons are going to be nice, filtered sunshine on Friday. Saturday, I want you to direct your attention there. I know that says there's a slim chance in the morning. That is mostly while you're asleep. As we've been talking about the last couple days, that rain chance should be out of here before you wake up Saturday morning. Here it is on our weather timeline. You'll see that filtered sunshine for Friday. Nothing bad there. High school football looks great. Saturday, it's in and it's out. Gone. You barely saw the blip there on the screen. It is in, it's out, and then we're on our way to a great day. That goes for the UC game as well on Saturday. If you're heading down to Nippert Stadium, UCF in town, Bearcats are 4-1 in the Big 12 too, and looking good for a football game. A little better than last weekend. Last weekend was warm, 80s. This weekend, upper 60s. Don't say I never gave you anything. It will be a really nice day for that. Tuesday, Wednesday next week, mostly sunny skies. Pretty boring. And what is boring for me is great for you, and me too, honestly, just outside of the work part of it. 69 degrees outside Saturday, 70 for Sunday. Great weekend on the way. It's just going to be a little chilly a few of these mornings, so be aware of that. 43 Friday morning. If you wake up and head back to work or school, take the jacket. You will not need it for long. We're back to the upper 60s Friday and Saturday afternoons, but again, a little crisp out there, and then things rebound into next week. Here is your 7-day forecast. First 7 of a 10-day forecast. Roller door. 67 outside for the first day of the River Roots Festival. 63 is our cool day there Thursday. Low 40s briefly into early Friday morning, and then things start to rebound. Still nice and comfy, and again, don't worry about that rain chance Saturday. That is before you wake up, so unless you have plans at 3 to 4 in the morning, you're going to be in good shape. 70 out there for Sunday. We're back in the mid-70s next week, just in time for that next Bengals home game. How about Joe Flacco, everybody? Who saw that one coming? That was not in my forecast. It was a little exciting day in the sports world, Cincy sports world today. They are back in town next Thursday, and then that next Saturday, just if we go to the 11-day forecast, we push this out one more day. FC Cincinnati with their home finale before playoffs. They play out there on the 18th, and hopefully the nice weather will stick around for that. Again, really good stretch. No major weather issues out here the next 11 days. Just a little cool out there. I think that's our next issue is going to be, Friday morning, just getting out of bed, wanting to get out of there, and with temperatures in the 40s. Little chilly, but if you can get past that, we're in good shape. Let me hop back real quick to the radar because we do have one more line of these storms rolling in. And I know a lot of you might be tuning in just specifically to see what's happening with that. Just to reiterate, we don't have any strong storms rolling in. Yes, there's some lightning with these. Yes, there's some heavy rainfall. The worst I think that we're going to see out of this is maybe some standing water on the roadways. Can't rule out some minor tree damage because this is the front coming in, and we could see some gusty winds with it, over 20, 25 miles an hour. That's not out of the question. Let me zoom in just a little bit up here. We'll hop into southeast Indiana because these showers are rolling in. Right now, as I speak, to western Franklin County, right around Batesville. I mean, it's knocking on the door. It's going to be light rain at first, then you're going to get a good dousing of rain coming out of Greensburg right now. Some more downpours up here through Fayette and Union counties that have just popped up. And again, this broken line will continue through downtown after likely the 9 o'clock hour. Anytime after 9 o'clock, so an hour and a half from now, these showers will be pushing through downtown. Just be aware of that if you have the evening plans. And then over here to the west, again, that's it. It's just a very narrow line of showers. You can see we clear out very quickly behind it and then cool down. So it might not be breezy right as the line is immediately moving through, but there are some wind gusts over 20 still sustained winds rather at 21 miles an hour over in Indy. Let me go back real quick. Let's see, where is my wind gusts? Hold please. Not a whole lot happening in the area. Well, Connorsville already gusting to 22, and then back in Indy, these are the gusts, 25 in Indy, 20 in Bloomington. So just be aware, a little breezy as well. Other than that, no major problems, no severe storms, but the flooding, could be exacerbated our issues we saw earlier with all the flood advisories happening as this line dives in. So I don't see any more comments. That's great because I'm hungry. As you know, it's that time of the night. Thanks again for watching. If anything pops up, you'll be the first to know about it if you follow me on the Facebook page there, at Meteorologist Brad Maushart. Let me just, never hurts to self-promote, right? Shameless action here. Let's pull this up. Meteorologist Brad Maushart on Facebook. It is at Brad with 3 A's, Brad Weather. On the Twitter, the X, the X. Xavier X? No. Brad with 3 A's, and then call me Brad on Instagram. That one, who knows? It's a wild card. You never know what you're going to get on Instagram, but it's mostly weather stuff on the first two, personal things and bands and whoever knows what on the Instagram. Thanks again for tuning in. Stay safe out there. Watch out for the high water and those slippery leaves. The rest of the week looks great. We're on our way to a great end to the week. Get out there, enjoy it. I will leave you now with, hold that thought. Where is it? The Newport camera. Why not? Live look towards downtown, looking towards those ominous skies to the west. And all the riverboats getting set up there downtown. Enjoy your evening, everyone. We'll see you again at 10 and 11, as well as here tomorrow. I will not be here, actually. I'm taking the day off because I got some tree problems. Speaking of high winds, I really hope it doesn't get too breezy. Got some issues out there. But I'll be back Thursday and Friday at 7:15. We'll see you then. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.